There is so much to know about the campaign in PoE 2. There's endless information and sources you can find on it. In this video, I'm going to highlight the 5 of the things I think is the most important to know when you're doing the campaign to have a fast, smooth experience going through it every single time you level a new character. Some of these things are going to be well known and some are going to be lesser known. Some are going to be old things coming back and some are going to be brand new for 0.5. If you like these videos, hit a like on the video, subscribe to my channel for more PoE 2 content. Let's get into the video. Number 1, the guaranteed league rewards that are in Path of Exile 2. When you do a campaign playthrough, there will be a league mechanic tied to that season, you could say. We had in the 0.4, it was the Val Temple and the Val Beacons. When you found a Val Beacon and you cleared it, you got a chest that had a guaranteed reward, which not many people know about. So the guaranteed reward is tied to the zone you're doing the league in because there will be a league mechanic in every single area you are doing. So some of them are worth hunting out even if you've done all of the points of interest in that area before going on to the next one, and some are worth skipping because the rewards are not good. This site right here from Maxroll has all of the guaranteed rewards listed. I will be linking this in the description down below so that you have it. What this means is that if you do the league mechanic, which will be Leagues of Alder in the new 0.5 season, in Valley of the Titans area, you will be getting a unique item and an abyss currency. If you do it in Mastodon Badlands, you'll be getting a Regal Orb. For example, if we move all up to Act 2 here, there will be, let me just find it, a guaranteed Lesser Jeweler Orb in the Buried Shrines. And this is a really early Lesser Jeweler Orb. Some of the rewards are not going to be that important, even though they might still be useful. For example, you might not need a level 2 skill gem, or you might not need an Orb of Augmentation, but that is completely up to you to decide. Just knowing that this list exists and then figuring out what areas you want to just note in your head that you should make sure you catch the league mechanic in is really important. Even getting exalted orbs early on can let you buy really good items on your trade site for your campaign build early on in the season. I would love to hear what you are going to end up playing in the campaign. But number 2 we're going to go over is the queues they are adding to the campaign. I have a video on this if you're interested. There's also going to be a reveal video from Path of Exile on this, which is that they've added queues to tell you where to go in the campaign so that you don't end up going the wrong way, wasting a lot of time. But they wanted to make it obscure so that it doesn't influence the first players during their campaign playthrough, so you have to know what to look for. And not all of them are known either. I'm just going to go over a few in this video so that you know kind of what things to look for. This is the hunting grounds, which has a few cues. For example, they've added a signpost right here that will tell you where Ogem Village is. Also, they've added these corpses and the trail that this character is following that will lead you to the Crow Bell boss. The next one is that once you do the ritual in this zone and in Freythorn, it will be spawn a swarm of locusts that either take you to Freythorn or take you to the next ritual within Freythorn. So those are a few of the hints they have added. Make sure to be on the lookout for more hints when you're doing the campaign. Another well-known thing, but you might have missed this, I'm just going to mention it really fast in case you have, is that the vendors in Path of Exile 2, compared to a lot of other games like World of Warcraft, the vendors are really bad. And the vendors in Path of Exile 2 can have some really good items. For example, here we have a rare armor that could be real. This one is actually insane, for example. Just randomly, this one is crazy. So make sure to check the vendors whenever you visit town. Technically, some of the items will refresh every time you level, so you could go back every single level. That's going to slow down your campaign playthrough a lot. So my suggestion is that just whenever the campaign takes you to the city, make a habit to go through the vendors really quick. Also, you can search here. You can use a term called a regex to search for. It is quite advanced. I'm not going to go in depth on how it works. However, maybe the guide you are following has a regex. If they do, just copy it and paste it in here, and then the items that the regex is highlighting will be highlighted. For example, if I search for energy shield, this is not a regex, but you will see that it highlights the items. So if you have a good regex, it will highlight, for example, boots with movement speed or weapons that have good mods on them and stuff like that. So that was number 3, check the vendors. Number four is going to be loot filter. Having a good loot filter will save you a lot of time not looking at useless items. Also, when in the campaign, only really looting yellow items or rare items will be worth it for the gold, so you can just skip whites and blues that you don't need. But having a loot filter will make it a lot smoother for you, and it is super simple to set up a basic one. Now, you can do a lot of in-depth stuff in a loot filter that will help you, but it will take a lot of knowledge and time to do. I'm just going to show you quickly how to make a super simple loot filter for your campaign playthrough. So you log into the filter blade, you connect it with your Path of Exile account, and then I will be linking this site in the description down below as well. You just press create a new filter, then you adjust the strictness to whatever suits your playstyle. For example, it recommends doing the semi-strict one for the league starters, but this is completely up to you. You can see the description and just take whatever suits your playstyle. And then Filter Blade have added the auto adjust for a build, which is super useful. So you can click the auto adjust, and then you can choose the campaign, obviously, and then you choose whatever class you're playing. I'm playing a monk. And then you can highlight if you want to have energy shield, evasion. If you want armor, you can highlight that, etc. Just click this button and it will set up all the rules that requires to be set up for this to work automatically. And then when you have set it up like you want to, for example, I'm playing twisters at the start. So for me, it would be good to highlight bucklers and spears until I hit level 22, which is when I'm swapping away from twisters. And then we click apply. And then you just click export to PoE. You give it a name that you want, and then you choose save and upload because the auto update, which is really good, probably I haven't tried it, you have to pay for it, but this one is completely free to do. You do not want to do the right one unless you know exactly what you're doing. And then you are done. But there is one tiny more thing you have to do, which I'm going to show you. You have to open your Path of Exile, you have to press escape, options, loot filter, and then select the loot filter here. Like you can see, I have a 0.5 twisters already made, but here you can select the new one, which is the test 123 free 1 free 2 free 1 free that it just made now. And then you click save. And then your loot filter will be active, which will save you a lot of time playing through the campaign. Number five that you should be aware of, which is a mistake, or you can call it a mistake, or just a playstyle that a lot of people go for. If you are that type of player, feel free to be it. This is just a tip. Do not marry your endgame build. A lot of players have a build in mind that they want to play in the endgame, and then they stick to that build throughout the whole campaign, even though that build might not become online until level 52. Some builds won't even have the skills unlocked. I want to play Flicker Strike. That's not going to come online until super late in the game. If you have a build that doesn't scale well from early game, then just pick a different build if you want a smooth, easy campaign playthrough. For example, my strategy is going to be the same as a lot of monks probably, but just to highlight how this can work, I am playing twisters from level 1 to 21, and once I hit level 21 and get the level 7 skill gem, I'm swapping to Stormwave and Hollow Palm. And then once I hit level 41, I'm either going to stick with Stormwave if it feels smooth with the new Hollow Palm and the new items, or I'm going to swap to Whirling Assault or Shattering Palm at level 41, for example. So do not get married to your build unless you really want to, which is completely fine. Feel free to swap builds many times. All it costs is then to respec your talent tree with gold, which is not expensive in the early game. So pick whatever. If you want a fast, smooth leveling experience, just pick a strong build and then go into what you want to play later on in the game. That was the top 5 list that I had. If you have any tips and tricks that I didn't mention, please leave them in the comment section down below so that I and others can implement them in our campaign playthrough. If you like this video, hit a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, completely free to do. It will also help out me a lot on my road to 500 subs. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will have a good league start.